So it's possible to change the direction of grouping. This is sort of hard to wrap your mind around without an example. But instead of forming your groups along one column, you can actually form the groups along the actual column names themselves. All right, so I'm going to read in some Swedish data over here of ages in Sweden over the years. So the top is the age. The index over here is the year. So if you see here, this is like all 5-year-olds. This is the population of 5-year-olds. So there's 123,000 5-year-olds in the year 2020. The number of 100-year-olds was 2,449 in the year 2020. All right, so say I want to aggregate age. So I want to bin age, which is a common thing to do. So say I want to get like all of the 0 to 5-year-olds in one group, all the 5 to 15-year-olds in another group, and just sum up those ages. So I want to group over here like horizontally instead of going down a single column like we've done before. All right, so the way we're going to do this first is we're actually going to, you see these numeric columns over here, we're actually going to cut them into bins. We're going to bin them using the cut function, I should say. So we're going to actually give the bins, right? We're not going to let pandas do the binning for us. We're going to say, 0 to actually 4. We're making the right side of the bin exclusive this time. So this is the opposite of the default. And so just to show you what has happened here. So really 0 to 4 is the first bin, 5 to 14 is the next bin, and so forth. And there's still 100, actually 101 values from 0 to 100. So for every column we have a value, but now it is given as a bin instead of the just exact value. They were read in as strings, which is why I convert to integers right here. And then, so we're actually cutting those columns. So you can cut columns as well as series. All right, so now for the magic, what are we going to, we want to group Sweden age dot group by, so we're going to group by this series over here. It's really not a series, it's an index, but it's essentially just a series of values. And we're not grouping up and down. So if I try to group like this and call dot sum, I'm not going to get an answer here because it's thinking I'm grouping vertically like I normally do. And the number of rows in Sweden age is 41. So it has the last 41 years of data. And it's saying, all right, well, you passed it in 101 value, so it can't group. We want to group this way. So we're going to set access equal to 1, right? And then we can say sum. This will be the total population for that group for that year, right? Okay, so we've grouped the columns this time, right? So this is saying 0 to 5, 0 to 4, really. This is the population for 0 to 4-year-olds in 1980. Let's do dot tail so we can see the bottom of this. Here's the total population of 5 to 14-year-olds in 2020. So pretty cool. You can group going the other direction by doing access equals 1. This is pretty rare, which is why it's in this miscellaneous grouping functionality. It does not come up often, but it is something interesting and something that you can do. Of course, you can transpose your data. If you want to group this the normal way, you can just transpose this, and then you can group how you normally would. And here we can do the age bins like this. So you could have grouped this way. Group by, there we go. And then we could retranspose it like this and get the same exact result. But our data was already in this format, so it was a way to use the access equals 1 and to show an example with it. All right, so that's how you can change the direction of grouping.